Hello, hello, hello. It is I, Ryu, the one with the paws. And welcome to the little half mini episode. There might be two of these depending on how things go. I'm not really sure. All we're really going to be doing is checking out the Chocobo Forest, honestly. And doing the whole side quest stuff in here. Ugh. I had a list of random things to talk about, but we'll get to that in a moment. If I sound really sniffly, I apologize. I ate some not so good pizza, and I got a little sick from that. So, my nasals are still kinda adjusting. Oh my god. Well, I'm not even sure how my voice is gonna sound right now. I feel like I'm speaking deeper, but that may very well change as the episode goes on. I don't know. Maybe I should take some of this nasal spray. I don't. Oh god. Kupo. My men, master of the forest. The Chocobo's my friend, Kupo. His name is Choco. Wait. And this is Chocobo's Forest. I really like this mini game. It stretches across the whole game. I don't know. I like the music. I like the okay, sorry. Meow. Oh yeah, baby is fine. By the way, for those that were curious, he's still doing good. We played for like 90 minutes earlier today. And another 30 minutes since I got home from work. He's just being a pest right now because he wants to keep playing, but I'm tired. My wrist hurts. I can only flick around the wand so much. Alright. No, but Ugly Girl came by here. What? Oh, I guess she didn't come this way. Oh, he's asking about... Yeah, okay, I knew I skipped a little dialogue, I just didn't realize... Okay. Maybe she's heading towards Parisi. She's heading towards Parisi after all. I'd get moving. You in a hurry? Yeah, sort of. Then take Choco. He won't run into monsters if you ride Choco. Choco, come here. It's okay, don't force him. No, if Choco hates, Choco runs away. Choco, come on, Kupo. Kweh. Well, I guess he hates us. Fine, I'll just get to the point, Kupo. These are Gyosho greens. You can call Choco outside the forest with these. But Chocobo footprints steer the forest, Kupo. Use Gyosho greens and Choco will come. Choco likes you, Kupo. He ran away from me. You just said... You just said if he runs, that means he hates me. I'll tell you a big secret. Oh, alright, let's go. Oh shit. I didn't realize how banged up Zidane was. Well, we're not gonna address that right now. Range... There we go. Ah, no. Where? Oh, I guess he just... Oh. Guess he doesn't hate us after all. Or he just only loves us for our food. Choco, how are you, Kupo? Where? Alright, what's the big secret? Welcome back. I knew you'd get along with Choco. Kupo. Did you know when Chocobo chooses master, it follows him forever? Choco ran away from his last master. That guy was mean. Choco didn't... Okay, wait. You are giving very conflicting information. First you tell me if he runs, that means he hates us. He ran. Now you're telling me he loves me. Then you're telling me when a Chocobo chooses their master, it's for life. Now you're saying Choco ran away from his last master. Which is it, man? Which is it? I helped Choco escape. Now we're living together. Here's the thing, Kupo. Choco has the ability to seek out treasures and items underground, but I can't ride chocobos. Will you help me? 60... Okay, so you're gonna charge me to help you. Capitalism, am I right? Alright, try now. Let's give it a try. So, very simple stuff. No, that's not. Oh my god. Well, I hope I'm prepared to embarrass myself for the internet. There it is. So there are a few ways you can cheese this. We will get to that in just a moment. I just want to show this off simply for those who are watching this for some reason and have never played the game. Or, oh. Come on. Be something good. No, well, I mean, Remedy is good, it's just not what I wanted. It's not the car I wanted. Time's up. So you get points for the items you dig up, you get to keep the items you dig up, and you can exchange points for items. Exchange points. These are the points you can get. A lot of them are very useless. Like the first 5. There is no reason to ever get them. I believe this is the only way to get this card. The Wind Edge is a throwable weapon for Amaranth much later in the game. It's good, but it's not really worth it if you ask me. The Protect Ring is really good, but the best thing here is the Robe of Lords, so of course it is 10,000. In a normal run, if you were to do all the extras that come with Hot and Cold, you may or may not have enough points. It's a little bit of an RNG thing. And by a little bit, I mean entirely an RNG thing. I generally will get the Robe of Lords, but I'll only ever get one. And if I have some, extra points, I'll grab the Wind Edge or the Protect Ring, but there's much easier ways to get the Protect Ring, so I wouldn't bother with that. I'm gonna drink a little bit of Monster. Oh, I love you, Monster. Thank you for existing and becoming a part of my veins. Okay. So, normally playing, you just keep doing this over and over and over. This is how I like to do it, though. It's a little hard to control, but... Oh my god. I know it's here. Somewhere. Blah. Yeah, I didn't think so. You pretty much just have to keep playing and leveling up your big by finding items. speeding up tends to work better in the, in another area where you can play hot and cold, but... Oh. Don't tell me that ended. Okay. Sorry, my laptop just grayed out, so I was worried the audio recording dipped. That might have cost me. Oh. God damn it. I'm not gonna get whatever this is. It. Thank you. Hold on. Even see what that was. Alright, so when you get 4 discoveries, you get double points from here on out, and you get an extra 10 seconds. The higher your beak level, the easier it does end up getting, so... If you get up to 8, he will end the game immediately, by the way. Stone with patterns, can I see? There's a picture of some location on it. This place must have tons of treasure. Why don't you go to the forest and look for this place? It's free of charge, of course. Go outside and press button while you're riding a chocobo, choose which stone you want to find, then you can dig it up a square. These are chocographs. This is the main reason you want to play hot and cold. It's basically a little treasure hunt. Must be tons of treasures. You might find some cars, blah blah blah. Cool. I don't know if I have to do that immediately, though. But just in case. Take a look at Chocograph. Yo, I believe the first one you get is always gonna be stream side, by the way. And there are lists online to help you do this a lot easier, because some of these are really tricky. Like, ridiculously tricky. But the first one is easy. You'll see, abilities required, kind of like Final Fantasy VII. Chocobos will have different abilities. We'll get to that when we get to it. No, there's no breeding. We don't get to make the Chocobos bang, but oh well. Go check where the river meets the ocean. Easy. Oh, yeah, I just walk out. I'm still on super speed. I'm going the wrong way. Well, that's fine, because I did want to check something. Yeah, I'm definitely going the wrong way, though. Last time I did say I wanted to go check out this. And since we're on the Chocobo, get off. Thank you. He will stay there, don't worry. Coffee. Yeah! Can I... Sit on. Thank you. Take a sip. Mmm. Yeah. So that's why it didn't matter how banged up Zidane was earlier. And of course I can't get that treasure chest because Marcus stole it from us. But there is an ether here that Marcus did not grab. Or maybe that was what was in the chest and Marcus dropped it because he's a buffoon. Who knows? Pardon me. Jump back on you. Let's not speed it up this time. Here we go. So, I believe it was here. Some of these I'm gonna remember, some of these I'm gonna look up. Some of these I will try and figure out, but we'll see what happens. So, really good haul. Really good haul. Those boots were an accessory, by the way. And they're... they're alright. They're more important for your... oh, okay, I was about to say, what? They're more important for Zidane because of Alert. But the extra HP is never really bad, so Freya will also be checking them out at some point. But we have other abilities we want people to learn first. Alright, we go back in. And then that's pretty much it. So we're just gonna be hanging out here until we get all the chocographs you can pick up at this point in the game. Which would be 9, including the one we just got. And after that, I think we're just gonna head on over to Grizzlemont Grove, which is the location you need to go to before Rubicia. Or, right? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Nose. Okay. And thankfully today, I will be able to record a lot more than I have been. Because I get to change my sleep schedule. Happens twice a week. I do day shifts at my work, and I also do the graveyard shifts 2 days a week. So I work 3 day shifts, 2 graveyard shifts. And yes, it is as painful as that sounds. Some people don't seem to understand how difficult that is, though. Just changing your sleep schedule once at all is ridiculous. Having to do it twice a week is even more so. I am chronically tired because of this. My body never knows if it wants to be sleeping or not. And it makes hanging out with people very difficult. What I love is I've had this schedule for exactly 3 years now, and my family still doesn't seem to understand how it works. Like, they will always throw a tantrum if I don't want to hang out, or I say I can't hang out on Sunday, which is the day I should be sleeping during the day. Every time I tell them that, they're like, why? Why would you do that? What's wrong? Are you feeling okay? I'm like, yes, it's just the same thing it's been for the past 3 years. I'm supposed to be sleeping. Well, why don't you just stay up? And then you stay awake when you're at work. And I'm like, because then I'm not getting any sleep at all. It's not hard to understand. But apparently it is. Apparently wrapping one's head around this is just too difficult. I don't think it's hard to understand, but I'm the one doing it, so maybe that's why. I found what works the best is the night before the graves. I stay awake as long as I can during the night, and then I go to sleep whenever the following day. Sunday. That gets me the closest to being a graveyard night shift mode. And then, come Tuesday, I kind of do the opposite. When I get home in the morning, I try and stay awake as long as I can during that day. And then I crash, hopefully closer to night. Some weeks it's easier than others. There'll be times I'll just flat out sleep 16 to 20 hours during these days. These switchover days. And there's not much I can do about it. But I do find it's easier to do when I have a game or task I really, really am committed to. Such as this. Like, during the entire time I was playing the Dark Cloud series recently, it was so easy. Same thing when I was doing Silent Hill, it was just so easy to focus on that. And sleep was much easier to deal with. Yeah, I'm not gonna get this one. Unless it's like a potion or something. Yeah, no. But I fairly make it sound like super great to hang around when, like, my dad doesn't even remember how old I was when I got hit by a fucking car. Like, I don't even remember how that came up. It was one of the last times I was hanging out with him at his place. And he was like, yeah, it was like towards the end of high school. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Oh, yeah, it had to have been. I remember exactly. I'm like, okay, next you're gonna be telling me you took me to the hospital right away. He's like, what? Of course I did. I'm like, no. My mom had to scream at you over the phone to make you go take me to the hospital, like, the day after. Because your reasoning was I was fine because I was up and walking around. Also, for the record, it was the 8th grade. It was back when MySpace was still a fucking thing, and that thing died out, like, between my 8th grade and 9th grade. That's right when everyone switched over to Facebook, and I never followed. Because fuck Facebook. Ugh. Last few times I've been there too, they've been like hounding me, like when am I gonna have a boyfriend or whatever. And I'm like, it's really not that easy. Because like everyone else in the family is married in a serious relationship. Most of them are married. And to them, they don't understand how I'm single because I'm such a great guy, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I appreciate that you guys feel this way, but yeah, being an asexual is not easy when it comes to casually dating anybody. They're like, oh, what do you mean? And I'm like, sex is completely off the table, and it's always that same thing. Oh, well, it's not about sex, blah, 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 blah. I mean, if people are trying to date you for sex, then blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. No sex. Period. Oh, I mean, me and so-and-so, like, we don't have that much sex. And I'm like, but you have some. It is something acknowledged and wanted in like 95% of relationships. I am aware of this fact. People have also tried dating me thinking they can rise above their base instincts and blah blah blah. I'm not looking down on these people either. It's human nature. I am the weird one. I accept and understand that. But apparently... So, like, I'll get dates, we'll hang out, but there always comes a point where the other person realizes or feels all we're doing is just hanging out, playing games, and talking. And then when they start spending time with somebody else who is, a little more physical, they start wanting that instead. And then they're put into a moral conundrum that I never asked them to be in, which is, oh no, am I breaking up with so-and-so because I want to have sex? Does that make me a bad person for not wanting to be with them? And then they go through an emotional turmoil. It drags out for them. I always see when it's happening. I'll point it out and tell them it's okay. They'll say, no, it's okay, blah, 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 blah. Months go by again, and then they're so frustrated and distraught because they're in a loveless relationship with me. I'm gonna say about 60% of them end up cheating on me, which I don't even know if I can call cheating or not when I'm not willing to do things. I don't know. Anytime I try to explain this to them, they say they understand and go, oh yeah, that must be difficult. Or no, you just never found the right one. When you find the right person, you'll want to have sex with them. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you want me to say to that? Like, I have no interest in dating anymore. It's the same process I've had over and over again. And it's always like, oh, you gotta keep trying this, that, and that. You'll never know until you don't try. And I'm like, just stop. Like, you guys are making me just not want to come over or talk to any of you. We have not been having any luck with this either. Well, then again, I did just kind of go on a random tangent. I'm probably gonna have to edit that out. But, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, those are my asexual woes. Pity me. Oof. Maybe I should just start dating AI. That's the way our society's going, right? Yeah, that'll work. I say that as a joke, but sadly it sounds more appealing to me. So at least there I don't have to worry about how long it's gonna be until they cave and realize they do want physical intimacy in a relationship. Because to them, that's what separates friends from not friends. Unless they're friends with benefits. I don't know. Again, I accept I'm the weird one here. I am not the majority. But I'm certain other people know exactly what I just described. Oh, you know what would have been smart? If I actually wrote the list of random things I can talk about down. Because the only one I was gonna mention was... Wait, did I even talk about it? Oh, great. I've just been spewing random information out into the void. I have no idea what I've said past... My dad forgot how old I was when I was hit by a car. And my family seems to think asexuality is just demisexuality. You know, maybe I am demisexual. Problem is, how am I ever gonna know until I do meet this supposed someone? I am totally open to being that. I mean, it's not like I'm not attracted to guys, as I've said before. Though it's more like 60% feet, 40% everything else. Yeah. I don't think we've found a single chocograph while we've been doing this. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes this takes only an hour. Sometimes it takes like 6. You'll generally know if you're digging up a chocograph because it'll have a really high depth. Like, generally, the bigger the depth, the better the reward. Like that. Let's just hope my stealing luck still comes into play. Because we're gonna have a very important steal session coming up. Six. Yeah, sometimes with the speed up, like, you'll see, like, when I'm just randomly stuck in one spot, still digging the same thing, when there's not a treasure there. That's because the inputs are going so fast that it thinks I'm not moving. But generally, once you get into the swing of it, this is the much better strategy. And I don't consider this cheating, I consider this saving time. Ooh, thank you. Another one. Nice. I didn't see what that was. We'll find out soon. There. Nope. Thank you. Ah. I don't know what the highest beak level I've ever had was. It's gotta be in the 80s or 90s, certainly. Chocograph. Oh, the chocograph piece. I think there's 6 of these in total. And they're available at at set points throughout the game. If I remember right, I can only dig up 1 at the moment. Or maybe it's 2. It's one of those things where I would have to look it up once I'm actually going to go through with it. What's this chocograph piece? Blah blah blah, it's a fragment of a chocograph. There's something carved on the back. I'll put it in key under your item book. Take a look. I think you're supposed to collect the pieces until you complete 1 chocograph. That is like this. Yeah, so each one has a certain quote on it, so I think that's how you figure out which ones you have and don't have already. Because to my understanding, men will only tell you once when you can no longer dig up chocographs or chocograph pieces. So you have to, like, pay attention and remember that when it happens. Which is why I generally try and do this all at once. because otherwise it becomes a nightmare of where else can I dig? And this is also why I didn't buy too many other items. Just a decent handful, like 10 of each of the other stuff. Because you can dig up so much here if you're going through with it. It's also helpful to have done the cotton robe trick, because then you'll have pretty much all the money you can possibly need to get this done. I mean, even if you didn't, it's not that hard to get the gil you need raised up. Whew. I'll just remedy. So yeah, how are you guys? Hopefully doing good. You all remember to brush your teeth and drink your milk. It's important. You must grow big and strong, like Bear. Like Chocobo. Usually on my grave shifts at work, I'll play games, because it's dead. It's always dead. Other than the prep work and the initial checking in items and putting them away, it's just dead. So I'll play on my Switch, or more recently on my Portal. It's gonna be weird though, because I don't usually like playing 2 different games at once. But I don't want to continue playing this at work, because I won't be able to really record myself talking unless I do post commentary. Which, I mean, it's probably better for things like this. In fact, I might just do that. Then I'm probably gonna get this finished before then. Right now, the current plan is to play Fire Emblem while I'm at work. The Sacred Stones. Sacred Stones is probably the best one to get into if you want to do old Fire Emblem. It's not a good take for the modern Fire Emblem, by any means. But I find it's the most user-friendly for old Fire Emblem. I did do, oh god, what was that one called? The other one? Hector, Lyn, Binding Blade, Sacred Blade. I mean, I'm so distracted thinking about that. Can't even find anything. I did play that one. I like that one more than Sacred Stones, just the challenge aspect. I mean, Hector hard mode is no joke. So fun, though. But my favorite Fire Emblem is definitely Path of Radiance. Like, I still have that game on the GameCube. But I have trouble setting up my Wii on the HD TV, even though I have all the proper connecting ports. If I ever stop being poor, then I'm gonna get a CRTV and just have a more retro, old-school station for stuff like that. And I can finally play those games again properly. Because I am not getting a Switch 2 anytime soon. I am disappointed that people supported the game on launch. Because of all their crap that Nintendo's pulling. oh, you know, you'll just no longer own your games. Also, we can brick your console remotely. So, apparently people love the idea of that. I don't, so I'm not buying it. And I hoped nobody was gonna buy it, because now the message is this is okay, and this is what our future is gonna be in gaming. But, whatever. That's fine, I guess. Speaking of disappointing consoles, the PS Portal. It's alright. It is very finicky when it comes to its Wi-Fi connections, though. Like, it's embarrassingly finicky when it comes to its Wi-Fi connections. There will be days where I just cannot use it because it will not stay connected to the PlayStation. It marvels me because the PS Portal does essentially what the advertising for the PS Vita made us all believe it was going to do, which was just instant connection, instant streaming, and all this fun jazz from console to handheld. You know, what the Switch does. But for the PS Vita, you had to own the console game, and you had to own the PS Vita copy as well. Also, they had to actually have the function to do a cross-save for. And the games it worked with, it worked great. I loved them. But there was not many games it would do that with. So that was disappointing. But I loved my Vita. I still have my Vita. I still play my Vita. So when the Portal came along, I was stoked. But it just... it's a first world problem is what it is. It just baffles me because I would just rather it be the same way the Vita was. If the connection issue is this bad. Like, there's no problem when it's the same Wi-Fi network, but what's the point then? Like, congratulations, I can now play within my own house. Good job. I mean, the PS Vita also had a function like that, and it was like a 15 or 30 foot distance from the console you can use it with. And again, it was like, what's the fucking point? It's like with the Portal, if you are using two different Wi-Fis, it's like I said, it's a hit or miss. It could work super perfectly, it could just not work at all. Or you'll just have constant disconnection issues. So, yeah. I mean, I guess if you were to ask me if I would recommend the PS Portal, I'd say... it depends what you're willing to put up with. And don't make that your main source of entertainment if you are not at home. Have a backup. Yeah, because like the Vita didn't even need the Wi-Fi to do anything, because it was all a cross-save feature. Man, why didn't the Portal just do that? I mean, sure, it is a pain to pay extra money for for another console version, but surely that was the better solution. But what do I know? I'm I'm stuck in me old ways. Oh, nice. I didn't think I was gonna get another. It's always nice when you get the chocograph after the double points. Oh. Okay. I have 6. So there's only 3 more. No! Get in. Thank you. So after I get these 3, I do wanna look up how many chocograph pieces I can get. Right now, I'm pretty sure it's just the 1. But, you know, that's how it happens. You skip 1, and then you never know where the next one is. Or if you gotta come back. I mean, you do have to come back here eventually. But that's after you unlock another ability, and then more chocographs come out. Oof. Uh-oh. Am I gonna have to turn the speed off? I think so. Yeah. Is when they're in the wall. No, it's not. Yep, another chocograph, so 7. 2 more. Oh, another chocograph, I didn't even notice. How many we got? 1 more. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of impressed. This only took an hour. Maybe I won't be getting the Robes of the Lord in this run. At least from here. There are other ways to get it. But it is a very limited item. I don't want money. Money is useless to me. Aww. Well, this recording session has about 5 minutes left on it. So I may have to do another little recording session, or maybe it'll be another hour long. It would be nice if I can say I got them all in 1 hour in the same episode, you know? So I might as well just keep trying. But I'll have to be mindful of that timer. At least my beak is doing 20 now. It's digging a lot easier. Yeah. Money. It's not money. It might as well be money. It's just as useless. That's right, you heard it. I think money is useless. If there was a casino in this game, I would be there. That's kinda why I don't play Final Fantasy 14 anymore. The same thing always ends up happening. I just live at the gold saucer, and that's what I do. That just becomes my character. Just gold saucer, man. I am so far behind in the plot and everything. I might as well just pay money to be at the current whatever. I don't know. I want to like MMOs, but I never end up having fun. Probably because I'm too awkward to play with actual people. So I just avoid it. Oh man. just need one more. Alright. Took a little bit of a break in between that splicing to play with the kitty. Put on an episode of Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, because I like that one a lot more than Kitchen Nightmares. And then I got curious and started watching like a video going over all the restaurants that were still open from Kitchen Nightmares. So I was like, I wonder. Some of the ones that are still open surprised me. One point, so it wasn't a chocograph. So yeah, gave baby another hour of playtime, basically. Seems pretty tuckered out now. No, it's just a matter of time until he demands I come to bed with him. It's always hard on Saturday, because he gets confused while I'm still awake. Like, sleeping during the day, he has no problem with me doing. But at night, he gets annoyed. He'll do a certain kind of meow, demanding I come join him in bed. I do and don't want to find this quickly. Because on one hand, I do want to continue the game forwards, obviously, but on the other hand, I'm liking the nice pause and relaxing gameplay for a recording session. A little bit less pressure. Yep. Well, that might have been it. Guess we'll find out. Oh, right, I forgot to look up the chocograph piece thing. Pretty sure it's just the one. I should pull up something else, too, in case I mess something up. It's not a big deal, but... Alright, we got them all. So Mene should say something. Yep. Choco says he can't find any more chocograph pieces for now. Or chocographs for now. The first two are available any time and can only be found in the forest. Oh no, so we're still stuck here, maybe. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. That's fine. I mean, how much possibly longer can this take? This is where we do a fade cut and shows you I've been here for like 15 days. Alright, maybe I should just run some random topic generator and I can talk about that. I don't know. You'd think I'd have more... I would have also thought about something else to say before continuing this. Yet, here we are. Good old Recrew, planning ahead. Yeah, that's my specialty. That's what I'm known for. You know what, fine, let's just give that a try. Random... Conversation starters? What brings you to this event? Hey, how are you? Are you having a nice time? Do you want a drink? These sounds like very bad pickup lines to me that I have heard used on me. Okay, well, let's try something else then. Random conversation topic. Random topic generator. Thank you. Topics for essays, family, couples, business, or anyone. Well, what kind of channel do we want to be? Do we want me to talk to y'all like you're my family? Like we're dating? Or, should I just be professional and businessy? Maybe we talk about an essay. Alright, well, let me get through this first, and then just gonna click on any, see what happens from there. What do you like to do in the spring? That's it. Not have allergies? How about that? I am very allergic to weeds. Garden weeds specifically. Oh man, I remember one time when I was at my grandma's and she loved giving chores. And one of those chores was, removing the weeds that were growing out from the concrete on the sidewalk, like in between. You had to use like a weed whacker and everything, and I was just dying. Like my eyes were watery, like literally could not breathe. And I was just faking it because I wanted to get out of doing gardening. I think it took her like a couple hours to realize like I am actually having some serious symptoms, which just resulted in I'm no longer doing the gardening. So that, you know, actually confirming that at any doctor, but that would also have required my dad to take me to a doctor. This is the same man who had to wait a day and then be screamed at by my mother to take me to the hospital over. So I mean, that shouldn't have surprised anyone. Man. Good memories. Like, I like gardens, so it kind of disappoints me I can't ever have one. Alright, sorry about that, I kind of went on a tangent. I'll probably cut out a lot of stuff there. But as you can see, we didn't miss anything. I'm still searching. It was probably only like 5 minutes. It's a weird tangent I went on too. I mean, the whole conversation topic was just spring. Or what I like to do in the spring. I didn't even answer that. Okay. I guess the problem is I don't like spring, and I don't like summer, and I don't really like fall. I don't like heat, period. I am a very, very cold-blooded boy, apparently. Oh god. Like, I just don't like heat in general. Oh shit, I was not paying attention. Did I get... I probably didn't. But I'll double check after this. Yep, yeah, I definitely didn't, because he didn't say anything. I guess it doesn't hurt to double check. Maybe he'd want to lie to me again. This Moogle is just a big fat liar. Wonder what his deal is about that. Yeah, you know what? It's probably just girl trouble. So around here... Yep. Phoenix Opinion. Those will eventually be... I want to say useful, but I think I would be lying. So if I remember right, those are used more for... Yeah, I think those are more Ayako's thing, and I rarely ever have to use her summons when I use her, so... Yeah, I'm still going back and forth on who I'm gonna use in the party once we get there. Alright, just double check. I mean, I'm positive I don't. Yeah. Alright, random topic generator. Generate random topic. How has the education you received changed your life? That depends on how you look at it. I'm an English major. I have a degree, but it doesn't... What good did that do me? I also refused to go into debt, so I was paying all of that out of pocket. Working at a pizza place. For, God, what was it? 9 years I was there. Living on the bus, doing homework on the bus, sleeping on the bus. Home, I'd only get like 2 hours of sleep. But yeah, English major, pretty much the only thing that opened up for me was working as a teacher or working in a library. The year I got my degree, there were budget cuts to the entire library department. So they were definitely not hiring out of anything, they were firing people. So, that sucked. And, you know, as it turns out, trying to be a teacher, that doesn't really work when that job market is completely flooded. So, that never happened. They also always wanted at least 5 years of experience. Which I never got. So that was never gonna happen either. So I basically wasted all of my time and money on that. But I did get to read things I definitely normally wouldn't have read. I would have came along... I met a lot of interesting people. Out of anything, the way education changed my life is just the people I would meet. A lot of them helped inspire new novels I write, short stories, poems, whatever. Mostly novels. Every now and then I'll do poems, but it's mostly novels. And no, I'm not gonna tell any of you my pseudonyms or anything. Hell, for all you know, Rikrio's a pseudonym. Yeah. Here's a plot twist. But no, yeah. It's obviously not getting any better when it comes to the major stuff. I don't want to say it was a useless major, because I definitely enjoyed studying and all the essays I would write, but on novels and everything. And a lot of the English classes were like little book clubs when we would discuss what we read and everything, and that was so fun. I should just join a book club. But much like dating, I don't have time for that. I mean, you try dating somebody with my sleep schedule, it's impossible. I've tried. People have tried. Where do you spend most of your free time? Home. That's an easy one. We're just gonna change that topic. If you had 10 million, would you still be working / going to school? Oh, okay. No. I'd probably just be doing this more. Just Chocobo Hot and Cold, nothing else. This would be my life. Now, like, a lot of people say things like, oh, they want to buy... I keep jittering the microphone. A lot of people, when they get asked that kind of question, they say things like, oh, I would buy this big house, this, that, and that. And I'm like, yeah, but property tax, you won't be able to afford that forever. Like, I would probably get a small, modest 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom home. nowhere near where I live because the housing market is really bad here. I'm not paying over $8 million for a single bedroom house. Oh, thank you. So it would definitely be moving. But yeah, I would just end up living as a recluse. I wouldn't really want to go outside. I mean, I don't want to do that in general now. I don't see that ever changing. I only go out for necessity. Like, work. Or food. But even then, like, I try and knock 2 birds out with 1 stone, and I'll try and stock up on whatever supplies I need while I'm out. But if it's something I can just order through Amazon, I'll just do that instead. I've been like that for a long time, by the way. Before it was cool during COVID. Out of anything, I was kinda happy. Here's a hot take and a half. I was actually really happy during the lockdowns. Cause... it's gonna sound mean, but... a lot of people understood my life and the way I lived more. Not for the same reason, granted. But... everyone was depressed, anxious, scared, not wanting to go out, not liking crowds, all of it. So people were able to... I was able to relate with people more. Like, when I would talk about any kind of anxiety that's agoraphobia related, it was just understood. And, like, I'd never had that before. So during COVID, like, I felt closer to people. And then... I want to say it... 2023 is when it just stopped. Like, a little bit after the lockdowns ended, people were still able to relate. But, after that year, people kind of seemed to forget what those feelings were like. And now when I talk about the same things, they don't understand it. They're like, oh, you gotta get out more, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, sure, thanks. I'll just stay here and be depressed, thank you. What kind of house would I get? Oh no, I do know. I would want something secluded with like a big fence around it. Where you have to like be let in, and behind that fence there'll be another fence. So the first fence is just for where deliveries would be dropped off. And then, if I'm gonna let you into my house, you get to go through a second fence with a different code or something. That's what I want. Oh, that sounds awesome. Oh well. It will never be unless I win the lottery. I don't play the lottery. I mean, except for when it's like those stupid, oh, it's super high, look at this, it's $999 million. I'm like, alright, sure, whatever. Ugh. I should have refreshed the topic while I was between. I just need to back away from this mic. I can only imagine how much I made it shake on you guys. I'm sorry. Oh. I got so excited there when I saw it was in the 40s. It was just a tent. Which, I mean, will be useful at some point. I know it's right. Oh, it's not? Shit. I could have sworn I was on top of it. Oh no. Well, that's embarrassing. Well, just in case it was just there. I love how the tent is only 4 points. Even the game doesn't acknowledge them being useful. Oh, I have no... Yeah, I must be accidentally hitting that every time. Well, not every time, but when I'm pausing. Alright, generate random topic. What was the last movie you watched, and how was it? I actually watched something today when I first got home. I started playing with the kitty. It was on Netflix. It was called The Circle? It's like 2015. It was one of those movies where I liked the premise more than anything else, because the acting was really bad. Like, there was supposed to be emotional scenes where people were crying, but they were just smiling and trying not to laugh the whole time, kind of deal. But it was like 50 people, they don't know where they are, they can't move from these red circles on the ground, and once every 2 minutes one of them dies. And they can vote on who dies. And they just kind of have to figure out who to kill, because there's just no way to stop it. So it becomes like a social thing where, like, what morals do people value, what this, that, and that. It was interesting and went exactly how you would expect. I liked it. But again, I just like that concept a lot more. Anything... I'm gonna say... I know that wasn't Battle Royale, but I'm gonna say anything Battle Royale-esque, I enjoy. A lot. Anything where somebody is killed off one by one, in a sort of deduction like, or survival of the fittest like, or murder mystery like way, I enjoy. So, slasher films, for example, I love them. Well, some of them, most of them, a lot of them. Clue, for example, love Clue. That's not a slasher movie, but I like Clue. I obviously like Battle Royale. I don't like the Hunger Games. I don't like the Hunger Games because it's too much commentary for me. In the sense that it's... I don't want to say predictable, but who actually watched or read the Hunger Games and got sad when Mockingbird died? Like, I really? But what do you think was gonna happen? Did you not know? Did you not remember the premise of this entire movie, or book? She was gonna have to die. She's not the main character. I remember when I was in theaters, someone was like, they gasped when that guy snapped, like, the kid's neck, a 12-year-old, 13-year-old. Something about the supplies or something, I don't remember. And I'm like, yeah, what do you think was gonna happen? Only one can leave. Right? So, why were you surprised? Like, I emotionally am going to immediately cut off my empathy and not want to get attached to these characters when I know they're all going to die. Whereas in a slasher film, you don't know who's gonna make it to the end or not, depending on the movie. So, there is a hope or a chance your favorite character will make it to the end. But, like, Hunger Games, I'm like, no. Why so serious? It's the best way to sum it up. There comes this point where I don't believe I'll actually get it. Maybe I got wrong information. I guess I could try and look it up again. I don't want to be here forever. Because we're already at, like, the 100-minute mark here. Alright, so I guess I'll come back when I have the Reef ability and we'll do one more round of this and hope. Because I'm probably not going to upload anything. Yeah, the way I'm doing the recording so far, it seems like I'm gonna get a fair bit far into this before we start. And we only have 15 minutes left on this recording, though. Ugh. Alright, here's what we'll do. Nope. Because I know... Oh my god. I know there's another chocograph we can get. I believe it is, yeah. Go look near the mountains facing the ocean, southwest side of the Mist Continent. I want to say it was this way. Yeah. Oh, cotton ropes. I guess I could have sold those other ones earlier then. Alright. So, for the rest of this episode, I guess I might as well just do this just in case. And if I don't find it, then I'll, just skip to the outro. Or maybe a new conversation topic can be generated. Since it's just a random get-to-know-me time, and whatever I decide to leave in the edit. What is the most embarrassing piece of clothing you own? Embarrassing in what way? Because I do have designer flip-flops that cost me $350 that I never wear, because they are Louboutins, or however you say that. And I don't want to get the soles dirty, so they are only for fancy occasions that are indoors. So that's kind of embarrassing. But I don't find them embarrassing because I think they are sexy as fuck. I don't know, would you consider the cat collar embarrassing? Has a jingle bell on it. I don't. I think it's cute. And sexy. Yeah, I mean, I mostly just wear all black. Just black tees, black jeans, black shoes when I'm at work. Most of my flip-flops are black. So it's hard to be like, oh, this is embarrassing, because I pretty much only have one aesthetic, and that's goth. Had a personal mascot, what would your mascot be? Well, I guess that would be the personas. So I guess for now that would be, this Lynx here. Do you play sports video games? I'm assuming it specifically means things like Madden, or hockey games, baseball, etc. The answer to that is no. I think the closest to that you would ever get would be like mini games from like Mario Party. That's the closest to basketball I would ever get. I forget which one that is. Well, that mini game's been used a lot of times actually, so. Have you ever been in love? Aww. Well, yes, many times, and it has never really worked out for me. But, whatever. We're not gonna go to any stories of heartbreak. Not all of them ended horribly. But most of them did. Most of them? Yeah, I guess most of them. It is what it is. That's kind of life. It's like my favorite ambulance and doctors always say, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. It's just the way the world goes. How much time do you spend watching sports in a week? 0. What do you like to do to relax? That's complicated. Because I generally don't relax. Like, it's very hard for me to not feel stress. I don't feel stress when I'm playing certain games, like this one. And I mostly do just play video games and watch random things. I guess it's any time I'm not thinking. But I mean, sometimes some games are stressful, and I enjoy it. Sometimes writing is stressful, and I enjoy that. So, I don't know. You tell me what I like to do to relax. I'll tell you what's not relaxing. Not finding a damn thing. If I was standing on it. But nope, I'm just a boob. Yeah, I'm positive I'm wasting my time right now. Like, I'm just doubting my memory because of something I just checked online. And there's really no way of knowing for sure. Nice. Oh. Another lump of coal for the naughty boy. Poopy. I got excited because I got all 8. So yeah, he forces you to stop when that happens. I guess that's a pretty fitting way to end this. Limit bonus. Alright, well, I guess we'll end things here for now. I'll come back and we'll do another episode of this when I get the reef ability. Which won't be too long, probably another episode or 2. Who knows, maybe I'm just wasting my time with another hour. But anyway, thank you guys for watching and putting up with my dry humor and inability to think of conversation topics. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next episode. Keep those... You good, babe? Okay. Keep those toes... Are you sure? You're good? Okay. Keep those toes wiggling. Brush your teeth. Drink your milk. Keep your flip-flops clean. Rikiryu out.